Good evening and welcome to the June 4th, 2014 Town Board meeting. And I would ask that everyone please rise for the pledge. And tonight I'm going to ask Mr. Costello if he would lead us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Mr. Costello, our Development Services Director. Thank you, Jim. I'll ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole. Here. LaFountain.
Here.
Metzler, I think, will be here shortly. Moore.
Here.
And Quinn.
Here. Okay, we have two public hearings this evening, and we'll start with those public hearings. From there, we'll go into our normal communications and announcement, our public participation, and then our resolutions by function. So with that, I would ask our clerk to please read the first public hearing.
To allow a flooring and carpeting center at 50 Wilbur Tract Road, located in the LaSalle's Landing Development Zoning District. The legal notice was published in the Penfield Post on May 22nd and posted on town website and the town clerk bulletin board. 8 postcards were mailed and 3 homeowner associations were notified.
Great, thank you very much. And Mr. Horowitz, is this properly before the board?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. With that, looks like the applicant is ready to go. So if you would please give us your name and address, and then give us a little bit of overview of your business. We do have a complete package that you provided Mr. Costello, and he provided all of us. But for the record, if you would get all of those items on the record, that would be great.
Sure.
So welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is John Usen, and this is my wife, Janine. We preside at 37 Thorntree Circle in Penfield, New York. And last year, in July, we proceeded to lease a building on 50 Wilbur Tract. And what we do there is we sell carpet and all kinds of flooring. I'm originally a commercial installer. I've had a few businesses prior to this one, always with a partner, one in Henrietta and one in Greece. And last year, I decided not to have a partner anymore besides my wife, and went ahead on my own and started this company called Bayside Flooring. And for the last year, we've basically just used the facility as a warehouse, keeping carpets that we have or buy, and then most of my work is through online bidding, so for commercial uses on at the U of R or wherever. Now we'd like to become a little bit more of a residential company, making a showroom in there, and we have ample parking. So we're here to basically ask you if you could get a sign for the building, and also I'm having a hard time having trucks come in to deliver stuff to us because it's hard to kind of find the spot. So it'd be nice to have a sign where it says receiving Bayside Flooring. Right now they're kind of in the dark. Usually they call me 3 or 4 times to find out how to get there. Also, I'm on a busy road, and I think if I could have the 25,000 people that drive by every day look at the sign and see where we're at, I think it would help, you know, it would help our business. So.
Okay, so John, if you would you give us hours of operation, days of week that you'll be operating, number of employees, square footage of the building, some of those data points?
Square footage of the building is it's 40 by about 100, I believe. Our hours of operation would be, if we did get open the doors to the public, it would be probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday would probably be 10 to 5. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays would be 10 to 7, and Saturday would be 10 to 4. I'm not expecting to commit too much time at night and stuff like that. I like to be home, so. As it is right now, we have a family business, so it's me and my wife, and my 2 sons subcontract from us. They're flooring installers, so they are really the only people that we have right now. If I have an overload, I do subcontract some work out. But I try to install everything I can myself. I'm 52 years old. I've been doing this since I was actually 21.
So how are the knees?
Well, not good. I just injured it like 2 months ago, and I got this torn meniscus and a few other little things. So I just had an MRI, but I've never had a problem with my knees ever until 2 months ago. So I'm hoping to get it fixed.
It's this darn age thing they have.
It's this 52 thing, you know.
I know it. That's a difficult thing.
It's all right though.
Well, from a person that's had 7 knee surgeries, take care of yourself because they don't heal like they used to. So
Yeah, I'm in
use
pretty good
those young
shape.
kids that you got you paid for
Yeah, I'm giving them all
for their
the-
high school and potential college.
You know, it's
So-
funny. I was walking, and I was working down in the city in the Granite Building, and I was walking, and I see a girl get up out of her desk and walk towards an area that I had just gotten done putting glue down for a kitchen. So I didn't want her to fall in the glue. I run over there, even though I had caution tape up. Sometimes they just walk through anyway. And I went from a little walk to a run to her, and that was it. Done.
Yeah.
Fell
I
to the
hear you.
ground, and that was all. And then I didn't have to I wasn't even on my knees. So, but anyway.
It's a tough time of our life.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. So,
You
let's
mentioned
see.
parking was ample. Are you, what's the parking situation? Are you shared parking with another?
I do not. No, I have the parking lot's probably, I'd say, 100 feet by 30, 40 feet wide. I didn't really actually measure. I do have some pictures if you want to see it. Took some pictures of on my iPad. You can take a look if you wanted to.
If you wouldn't mind, if you have that, we don't have that as part of our package. I mean, we have
Certainly.
a picture, kind of an aerial view of the site, but if you've got a little bit closer up, that'd be great.
Yeah,
And
I do.
if you don't mind us, and we promise we'll make
Yeah.
sure, you start with Mr. Quinn, maybe, we'll pass that right down through.
This is the last one I took.
So, while Mr. Quinn is taking a look at that, could you give us a little bit of an overview of the sign that you have planned?
Yeah, I have a picture of that also. And it's kind of funny because it's on snow, but I also have a picture on there of where the sign might be able to go. I'm not very well there.
And according to this, it looks like brick on the bottom, and then, as your foundation, and then the bayside flooring, and then is there a plan for that to be lit?
I don't know if there's electric that goes to that area. I mean, I don't have a plan for it right now, no. But it might be nice to have that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't really think about that.
Okay.
When you talked about your hours of operation, were those the same hours that the showroom will be open?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the building will be used a combination of, storage of the materials that are coming in to be installed, and then set up a showroom that folks can come in and see the samples of the carpeting, the laminate, hardwood, whatever that is.
Yeah,
that,
but
that you'll
I'm
be-
building that up right now as we speak. I'm actually getting displays coming in, right now. So, hoping that I can get the sign and get this approved.
John,
If-
for the record, what was formerly in that building before you started to occupy that?
Before that, there was it was a mason there. There was a mason in there. His last name was Vela, and he did mainly historical society buildings, I believe, because there was a lot of bricks still on the building and in the area, and he was low key. He didn't have. I would like a little bit more exposure. I would like to have the tree line cut down, but I'm not sure if that's going to fly. I'm right behind Agway.
Right.
I would love to have the exposure to Empire Boulevard myself, but if I had the sign, I'd be fine with that. If not, I'd have to cut the tree line down and maybe put a big base-head flooring sign on my building, which I don't really want to do that.
Can we keep these for the record?
Definitely.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Do you plan any other interior or exterior changes to the building?
I don't. I don't at all, unless it grows, and then I would have to. The building is right now. It's not as much space as I would like. The building is cut in half with a wall, so But I can make it work, and I could also have another place for warehousing in Henrietta that I could use also. So I wouldn't have to keep everything there.
And it is your intent to lease the building for now? Is there an opportunity to purchase the building down the road?
I wouldn't mind purchasing it, to be honest with you, especially if it works, As it stands right now, I've been really, really busy only because I've been doing it for so long and I have a following, but if I could do a good business there because I've lived in Penfield my whole life and, well, since I was 11, so since I was born in Europe. So we moved into Penfield, so I've got a lot of people here that I know. So I got a good following, I've got a good reputation, So I'm thinking it could thrive. There isn't much I don't know about flooring, so.
So it doesn't sound like it's the kind of business you're expecting to advertise all over the place that come to this flooring, because you already have people that you just have to have them know where to go.
No, the advertising, I'm not really looking for that. I'm only going to be able to do so much work,
Right.
and I'm not looking to, get huge. I've done that in the past, and I've just been able to not sleep at night. So I like doing things myself, making it right, and not having all those problems by having other people do my work. So.
Small problems rather than big problems.
Yeah, and I owned New York commercial flooring in Gates with a partner, and it was a multi-million-dollar business, but it's almost broke today. I also was a partner at Northeast Commercial Flooring, part of Bill's Carpet Center, which has its problems also. So I just like to keep it small. If I'm kind of a shake your hand kind of guy that, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I usually do a good job. So.
Have you talked to your neighbors around there?
I haven't really.
Agway, really, right.
All that jazz is down the street, and then really there's Agway. So I have a lot of deer running through, but that's about it.
Right.
But it's a great spot, and I think it could work. So.
Okay. Board, other questions or comments for the applicant?
When would you like to be open as a showroom? Do you have a date in mind?
I would love it to be while it's still warm, maybe a month or two would be great.
Okay.
I do have a lease signing coming up in the end of July. I would like to know if I should stay or if I should maybe, I've been looking at some other stuff as an option in case it doesn't work,
Okay.
Okay. All right. Other comments, board?
No.
Okay, sit tight for just a minute. We'll open it up to the audience. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak specifically to this item? This is a flooring store on Wilbur Tract Road, which is off on Empire Boulevard. So, Mr. Costello?
Jim Costello, Town of Penfield. For the board's sake, I'd like you to know that where he's proposing the sign may or may not be within the state right-of-way of Empire Boulevard. The staff right now is looking into that to determine, where that right-of-way line is. If it is in the right-of-way, obviously, they would have to apply to the state DOT for a permit and go through that process, in addition to the town board's review. So I just want you to be aware of that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Costello. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak to this matter? Board, any other questions for the applicant?
No.
And John, any other thoughts, comments, or input that you'd like to provide the board before we close this public hearing?
No, I'd like to just to consider it. I think I'll be good to the for the area. I think so. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna harm anything and change anything. Just want to earn a living. That's all.
Okay. So let me talk about next steps. Next steps is that the board will next speak about this project next Wednesday. That'll be the next opportunity. It'll be in the back of this room right here in what we call our work session. It'll be an opportunity for the board to take a look at everything that's submitted, what has been spoken here tonight. If there's any additional information, we'll ask for that through Mr. Costello to yourself. Open to the public, you're welcome to attend. And in fact, I would encourage one or both of you to be here so that you could hear that discussion and that dialogue. And then from there, if the board moves forward with this, then there would be a resolution for the following town board meeting, which would be on the 21st, if my recollection. So would encourage you, I'm sorry. 18th. Thank you. That would come back to this board for a resolution on the 18th. So we start at 7 o'clock next Wednesday, so again, it'll be right here in the back of the room.
Great. Well, I appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we'll close the hearing. Oh, and make sure that you get your iPad back, because one of these folks, we're trying to upgrade Dick Horowitz to electronics, so.
Bring it home.
Very
so
good.
kids don't have to fight
Very
over
good.
it.
Thank you for your time. All right, we'll move on to our second public hearing this evening.
To consider the establishment of the 2152 and 2164 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road Water Special Improvement District. The legal notice was published in the Penfield Post on May 22nd, 2014, posted on the town website and the town clerk bulletin board. 35 postcards were mailed and 3 homeowner associations were notified.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Horowitz, is this properly advertised before the board? All right, thank you. Tonight's presenter will be Mr. Costello. So whenever you're ready, Mr. Costello, please.
Thank you, Mr. LaFountain. Thank you, board. I'm here tonight representing both the town and the applicants for the petition that was submitted to the town. The reason that petition was submitted was because the applicants were required to install an additional fire hydrant in addition to those that are already on Route 250 and also in front of the Doodlebugs Daycare Center at 2064 9 Mile Point Road. This occurred because when Jeremiah's came before the board for approval, the fire department and the fire marshal determined that they wanted a fire hydrant at the entrance of the Jeremiah's parking lot, so they could provide better service to that site without having to roll up several hundred feet of hose after an event. As a result, the Monroe County Water Authority has a criteria that says that no hydrant can be within 500 feet of another hydrant. And of course, there was a hydrant that we're proposing to put in the place of Jeremiah's that's well within the 500-foot requirement. As a result, that hydrant has to be maintained by the town of Penfield on an annual basis. And as everybody here knows, the town of Penfield does not maintain hydrants or any other facilities for the benefit of beneficiaries of a certain improvement. Residents aren't responsible for that requirement. So as a result, the property owners at 2152 and 2164 agreed to petition the town to form a special water improvement district so that they could maintain on an annual basis the cost of the fire hydrant and blowing it off and making sure the water's clean and usable. So as a result, they have petitioned the town. The town has requested that this petition be put in place. And what is going to occur is the property owners at 2152 and 2164 will pay an annual fee of $200 per hydrant to the town, so the town can take that money and then pay the Monroe County Water Authority to maintain those hydrants. We do anticipate, in addition to the hydrant that was installed for Jeremiah's, that at some point in time, a second hydrant will be installed further to the north, north of the Doodlebug site, to accommodate any future development that will occur. As you know, Panera Bread has been approved by this board just recently, and there's other applications coming in before the board for review. They will all be serviced by that second hydrant. So as a result, there will probably be a $400 fee on an annual basis that will be spread out among all the property owners in that complex. That's the purpose of this hearing.
And so, for the record, and just to remind everyone, the process that we went through with the Water Authority to try and get them to assume responsibility of this directly versus this indirect way that we're going through.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual for the town to have to deal with this, but there was a real need for a second and possibly a third hydrant in close proximity to these new buildings for better fire safety. Now, I should also note that the Doodlebugs Daycare Center is not part of this process. When they built their project, they actually paid for their own hydrant, which at that point in time complied with the specifications of the Water Authority for being in excess of 500 feet or at 500 feet from the one on 9 Mile Point Road. So as a result, they're not part of this payment process. It will be all the others within the complex but them.
Okay. Board questions for Mr. Costello on this? Okay, Mr.
Jim,
Costello.
I'm sorry, Tony. Jim, on that map, can you just show us where the hydrant, the proposed hydrant would be?
There's an existing hydrant right here on 9 Mile Point Road. There's a second one down here in front of Doodlebugs. The new hydrant will be placed right here at the entrance to the parking lot of Jeremiah's. We are looking at the possibility of installing the second one over here somewhere as development occurs to the north side of the property.
Thank you.
Sit tight right there if you would, please.
Sure.
I'll open it up to the public. Is there anyone interested in speaking to this matter? Again, this is for an extension of a water district for hydrants for the property on the east side of Route 250. Is there anyone that would like to address the board on that specific matter? Okay. Board, any last comments for Mr. Costello? All right. Mr. Costello, any other items that you want to put into the record for this particular public hearing?
Not at this time, no, thank you.
Okay. And so like the last public hearing, the next opportunity that we'll speak about this, it'll be on the agenda for next Wednesday. And again, that meeting's at 7 p.m. In the back of the auditorium, and we'll take up that discussion and talk about next steps. So,
Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to communications and announcements, I'm going to start with our clerk initially. Actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to ask Councilwoman Cole if she would actually read for us the proclamation that we have for wellness.
I'd be pleased to. This month is Wellness Month, the month of June 2014, Wellness Month in the town of Penfield. The proclamation reads, whereas the Penfield Town Board declares June 2014 Wellness Month in Penfield, and whereas each Penfield resident can benefit from becoming more aware of their lifestyle choices and habits, and by adopting an active and healthy lifestyle, and whereas living well may possibly improve the quality of life and well-being of all our residents, whereas with many scenic parks and trails, waterways, and recreation areas, Penfield is already an ideal place to live well and be active. Whereas the town board is committed to making it easy, fun, and convenient for all residents to learn about and enjoy these resources and utilize them on a regular basis. Whereas the town of Penfield is excited to offer programs and activities to encourage wellness in our community. Whereas residents are encouraged to participate in several initiatives to celebrate wellness in June, including Getting Healthy is a Walk in the Park and Veteran Resource Picnic, as well as ongoing award-winning programs such as the Wegmans Penfield Passport to Family Wellness, Penfield's Recreation DARE program, and countless other offered through Penfield Recreation. And whereas the town board and the supervisor, Tony LaFountain, are also supporting wellness education for town employees and encouraging them to strive to maintain a positive, active, and healthy lifestyle. And whereas town employees are our best advocates for wellness, They are joining walking groups and encouraging each other and preparing healthy snacks to share with their coworkers. And whereas wellness is an ongoing pursuit for the town of Penfield employees, who in turn are passing along their enthusiasm to their neighborhoods and their friends and setting a positive example for others. And where, therefore, be it resolved that the town board, on behalf of the town of Penfield, proclaims that June 2014 is Wellness Month in Penfield. This is dated June 4th, 2014, and signed by R. Anthony LaFountain, Supervisor.
Okay, thank you very much, Linda. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to our communications and announcements, and I'll start with our town clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The annual Town of Penfield Rabies Clinic will be held this Saturday, June 7th, from 10 a.m. to noon at our Public Works Complex, 1607 Jackson Road. Pets must be at least 3 months of age to receive their vaccination. Cats and ferrets must be in carriers, and dogs must be leashed. I am glad that everybody is, we've had a lot of calls from residents wanting to know about this event, so it looks like it's going to be a really successful event. So, but anyone who has more questions or any questions, please call me at 340-8629 or email me at steckloff@penfield.org.
Hey, Mr. Quinn and Councilman Metzler.
Yes, I'm doing double duty. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. Several announcements. A Veterans Resource Picnic will be held on Saturday, June 21st from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Park. All veterans are entitled to a number of benefits and services. Veterans and their families are invited to join us for an afternoon of community fun, food, music, games for the kids, and an antique car show. Also, there will be opportunities to speak with local representatives from Veterans Services, such as Monroe County Veterans Agency, Veterans Administration, and local social organizations. Lunch is free for veterans, $3 for all others. Please register by June 18th by calling 340-8664. Veterans, please bring your DD-214 form with you. The 1857 Dayton's Corners School Museum will host its annual Pie Social this Sunday, June 8th, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Red Brick Schoolhouse situated at the corner of Creek Street and Plank Road. The public is invited to join in the fun of free pony rides and playground equipment for the children, tours of the school, discussions with the teachers, having lemonade, and eating delicious pies and cookies from Baker Street Bakery. Along with many of the teachers from the school, I know that Supervisor Tony LaFountain and myself will be slicing and serving a variety of pies that will include chocolate cream, apple crumb, cherry, and blueberry. Chocolate chip cookies and bottled water will also be available. A $2 donation for the pie and lemonade is suggested and greatly appreciated to help offset the costs of supplies which the school uses each year for visiting 4th grade students from the area. For more information, please contact Barbara Quinn at 385-1491. Penfield's Young Open and Honest Players will perform Picnic by William Ing on Friday and Saturday, June 6th and 7th at 7:30 p.m. at the Penfield Community Center. Winner of a Pulitzer Prize for Drama in 1953. The play takes place on Labor Day weekend in the joint backyards of 2 middle-aged widows. Tickets are $10 for adults and $7 for students. Tickets may be purchased at the Penfield Recreation Office or at the door. For more information or to order tickets, please visit penfieldrec.org or call 340-8655, and that is this Friday and Saturday night. And lastly, if you are planning a garage sale or event this summer, here are some important sign rules to follow. Signs may be placed on seller or event's property and or on a property of others with owner's permission. Signs may be placed in the community in reasonable proximity to the sale or the event. Signs should not exceed 6 square feet in area per face, that's per side, with a maximum of 2 sides. Sale signs shall be installed no sooner than 24 hours prior to the sale and must be removed immediately after the sale. Also, please do not place signs in the right-of-way. Do not attach signs to utility poles, fences, trees, or other structures, and make sure not to block any access or visibility to hydrants or sidewalks. And when in doubt, please ask the town. If you have any questions about where you may place a sign, please call the Building and Zoning Department at 340-8636 in advance, or please take a look at our helping flyer at penfield.org. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
2 items. 4th of July activities this year will be on the 4th of July, which is unusual for Penfield. Typically, we're that Saturday before the holiday, but this year it is on the 4th. Our parade will begin at 2 p.m. It'll run from the high school over to the community center on Baird Road. Our MC this year is Mr. Don Alhart, and Don has been with us many, many years, and we always are very honored to have Don be part of that, and Wham TV. Our parade marshals this year are the Penfield Players as they celebrate 50 years, and former Supervisor George Wiedemer and his wife Kathy. They will be co-parade marshals. We've got many musical groups that'll be marching, and so that's always a good time. And then celebration at Harris Whalen Park begins at 5 p.m. and goes until 11 p.m. With 441, music by 441 and Doghouse, 2 popular groups. Fireworks at 10 p.m. and plenty of food and fun. Still plenty of time to get in the parade, so if you have a group that you'd like to be part of the parade, have a float, you can call 340-8651 and speak with Lenan, and she will get you plugged into this year's 4th of July parade. The second item is that over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some activity down here on Jackson Road, essentially across from the Don Mack Building and the Penfield Ambulance. There's a small white house at 1600 Jackson Road. Close to several decades ago, the town purchased that home, but it's essentially the property that helps make up Veterans Memorial Park. And it was a small home. That home is structurally unsafe. We've used it only a little bit the last couple of years, and most recently USDA, the Agriculture Department of Agriculture, used it as temporary offices in the summer. And so we're going to turn that over to Northeast Fire District. They will do some training exercises with that, search and rescue, ventilation, and then either on June 14th or June 15th, they will do a controlled burn. And it's part of their training exercise and the credits that they need for their state certification. So that will happen again over the next 2 weeks. This coming week, you'll see some training evolutions, and then the following week, you'll see that house be a controlled burn. Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The Penfield Trails Committee will sponsor a free public hike at the Genesee Land Trust Hipbrook Preserve and at Veterans Memorial Park on Saturday, June 14th, starting at 9 a.m. The hike will start at the west end of Brom Drive. Brom Drive is off Jackson Road, south of Atlantic Avenue. Although the hike is free, participants are asked to register at the Penfield Recreation Department at 340-8655, option 6. Also, part of our June Wellness Month, Penfield Recreation will be hosting the Rothfuss Park Farm Walk for kids again this year. The Rothfuss Park Farm Walk is one way to learn about the tools, animals, and crops that were once farmed in this community. Pick up a Farm Walk passport at the red box near the playground and follow the instructions inside. Complete all 3 walk themes and bring your book to the Penfield Recreation Department for a prize for your child. The program runs June, July, and August and will begin June 6th. For more information about the family wellness programs here offered in Penfield, please visit penfieldrec.org. Thank you.
In continuing with the June Wellness Month, Getting Ready is just a walk in the park. This program, the Penfield Pedometer Program, is a 4-week self-monitored walking program that you can begin anytime. To take the challenge, simply commit to walk a total of 30 minutes at least 5 days a week. You can walk for small increments such as 10 minutes 3 times a day, or all at once. Registration fee is $1, and all participants will receive a pedometer. Weekly walk and talk sessions will be held at the Penfield Parks. The schedule available at registration. These sessions are a chance to meet fellow walkers and enjoy Penfield Parks. These sessions will have a leader to help facilitate each session. Participants who attend all 4 walks and talk sessions will receive a special prize. come in the recreation office to register and start walking today. My second announcement is the Penfield Pops Band will be performing Monday, June 9th at the Penfield Amphitheater and Kiwanis Stage at 7 p.m. For more upcoming events at the amphitheater, please visit penfieldrec.org. And my last announcement is that my next community chat that I have every month will be on Tuesday, June 17th at 5:30 to 7 in the new book area at the library, if you'd like to talk about any subject in Penfield or stop by and visit. Thank you.
You're buying the coffee?
Yeah, if
Great,
there's coffee
perfect.
available, I'll go
Always
out
like to
in the
get that out
hallway,
there.
I guess, I don't know.
I always like to get
Sure.
that out there. All right, Mr. Horowitz.
Nothing tonight, Mr.
All right.
Supervisor.
Just two other short items, if I may, and then just one note that I would like to put into the record. First, the 22nd Annual Kiwanis Golf Tournament will be held on Monday, June 16th. That'll be at Shadow Lake. The town of Penfield, several years ago, started to work with the Kiwanis on that, and they break it down into 5 or 6 different local charities. Golisano Children's Hospital, the local food shelf, the Penfield Senior High School Scholarship Fund, Daystar, and there is one other, and I apologize, and the Shepherd Home. Thank you. How could I forget? Thank you, Shepherd Home. And then the second item is the Penfield Business Association golf tournament to benefit the Shepherd Home is on Monday, July 14th. So if anyone is a golfer, have an interest in donating, playing some golf and donating their time and their fees to the golf tournament, there is plenty of openings, and I know that they would welcome one and all. The last item is a card that I received this evening, and it was with regards to our Memorial Day ceremony. Dennis and I want to thank the town of Penfield for a beautiful Memorial Day ceremony. Our only regret was that there weren't more in attendance. Thank you again, and this is Monica and Dennis Gorlick. And Monica is here in the audience tonight. And the one thing I will say, and I don't think we can say it enough, that Memorial Day event that now is a number of years old, remembering all of those that served. Also, the Parade of Roses is, to me, really the true meaning of Memorial Day, and it's nice that a group of people take that hour and reflect. It's very easy to get caught up with the beauty of the day, the sunshine, the blue sky, the picnics, opening pools, and all of the other activities, and taking that hour and just reflecting on all the opportunities that we have and the freedom that we have. We should never forget that. So, Monica, thank you for that note, and we'll continue to grow that event. So, with that, we'll move on to our next item, which is public participation. We inadvertently left that off on the first part, but there are 2 opportunities for public participation. You can do that by being here in the audience. You can call in at 340-8771, or you can log on at penfield.org. And there's one at the end of the agenda as well. So at this time, is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the board on any matter?
We have Pasquale Piccinini. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your last name correctly.
Please come forward. Welcome.
Good evening.
Penfield. I am over here tonight to explain my situation in my backyard for the trail that's parked on my backyard, 1339 Ash Road. And I want to see, because I got all the signature from my neighbor. I got 10 signatures from my neighbor. Everybody discussed, nobody like to see this trailer park in the middle of the yard. From my neighbor trailer. It's an open yard that looks so bad. I can show all I got the list.
I couldn't understand what he said the street was.
Right, 13 or
Hatch, okay.
39 hatch.
Yeah, a large recreational trailer at the rear of your property.
Okay. Remember that.
It's, the trailer to belong, 191 triple diamond.
Right, triple
It's a
diamond
new,
way.
it's a new track, a new area.
So,
These are
is this
extra
new,
copies.
Tony, Mr. Supervisor, is this new? We talked about this earlier.
This is,
this a new
this
petition?
this is not a new, this has been an item that Pasquale and some others have contacted the town on, and our code enforcement.
That's my property, that's the trailer park. But I came the first time in the town board, they said they can change the code. But I don't give up until they do something.
Okay, so as I was saying, this has been before us, came up before, as you're aware. And there has been a couple of neighbors that have raised a question or concern about this property. We have, in fact, reviewed it, code enforcement, and our building and zoning folks have reviewed it. You know, the trailer is in compliance by way of setbacks. And you understand that, you recognize that. But it comes down to an issue that you and your neighbors believe is just unsightliness.
Well, what I have, you know, they look so bad because I don't know why, my question, why you can park well inside the garage in the winter time, in the summertime, you put on the backyard. Why you can park next to his garage? I just said, I don't want to park in the trailer, but you can park in the trailer inside this, when we keep on the winter time. On the summertime, you bring it in the backyard. I know it's his property, 10 feet from the line of property, but I know about against him, but the town should be figured with this guy, because it's a new zone. There should be some code, different code, not, they can put the boat, they can put all the recreation in the backyard. The backyard, it's a privacy, you know. I want to have a cup of coffee outside, I gotta watch this trailer. I got the landscape, I got my wood deck, on the backyard. That's my house. My
Nice,
wood deck.
very nice.
Okay.
Scrub.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I have seen that before. Don't forget your phone, Pasquale. You know, we certainly, you know, we'll take another look at it, but, you know, it is currently in compliance with the zoning. It meets the setbacks. They are permitted to have that there. No different than you're permitted if you elected, if you had a trailer, to have that in the rear of your property as well. So, you know, I understand. I mean, we'll certainly take another look at it.
Yeah, because on the other side of the Plank Road, the neighboring neighbor can have the shed, so restricted the area. Why my area is not restricted, you can have, I know that they can have the trailer, but you can park inside your garage, don't bother me. I got one across the street, you park on the side of this garage, I don't bother because it's a car, it's a trailer, whatever it is, not on the privacy, on the backyard, because I got my neighbor, I got to look at it this trailer, it looked like it was in the river. My friend, he came the other day, he said, what do you got, circus back here? I said, no, I said, this is my neighbor's trailer. Well, I said, you know, everybody says something. Tonight's supposed to come to John Lee too, but he had something to do with.
Understand. Well, we'll officially stamp this, petition in, and we'll accept it this evening. And, we'll take another look at it. But again, you have to understand that, if it's within, if it's meeting code requirements, forcing you or this person or anyone else, to move it, if it's in compliance is.
Well, I talked with Andy, he said, Andy show up, you're
Surveyor.
surveyor.
Mhm.
He said, well, if the neighbor sign, maybe we can change. But the board then turned it the other way. But I don't like the board, the town board, they come and take a look, investigate what the works this trailer. You can see from the middle of the road, I got the driveway, you can see this trailer.
Okay. So we've got the petition. You have a copy of this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this, and we'll look to follow up and then close the loop back with you.
I can leave the pitch if you want.
That would be great. Can we have the,
Yeah, you can.
and we'll make sure that you get those back.
No, it's okay.
Okay? We'll scan those in. And we'll get them back to you.
Too bad I never brought my pitch from my wood deck, on the back.
Well, you can always submit that to us. If you want to submit that to us, please feel free to do that. Okay? Thank you, and we'll make sure we get these back to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Is there anyone else that has signed up?
Tom
Pasquale,
Barr.
is there anything else in that envelope that you need, or that's yours? And our town clerk will make sure that it gets scanned in and they get back to you. Thank you. Make sure you got everything you came with, including your wife.
I have,
Signature, sheet.
Yes,
Oh,
there were two of them.
there, okay. Do
You have
another
one?
sheet? I have one. I need
Okay?
the other.
And on the bottom, it says, the bottom right-hand corner says "from home"?
Yes.
Okay, then you can have that one back. And then she'll make copies for the board. Okay, absolutely, thank you.
I'm sorry, my pronunciation.
Not a problem. We completely understood you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Okay, and as I said, Tom Barr.
And Mr. Barr,
Yes.
good to see you again.
Thank you, you do remember me. My name is Tom Barr, live at 1834 Sweets Corners Road. Here to just give you an update where things are about the shooting and all of that. And then also to find out, if you've discussed anything from last time, because I didn't hear anything, so, and I thought that I was going to, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
First, there hasn't been any shooting at all from the two sheds for 4 Sundays. A couple of neighbors have even said, it's so nice and quiet around here for a change. But there has been strange shooting coming from Mr. Wingate's area and on top of the hill, which I can't figure out yet, but I will. So I just wanted to let you know that's working. I think that's because the permits have, as of today at 4 o'clock, 3:30, Mr. Sevegas said that the permits have not been obtained for those 2 sheds. So he will be checking into that. So I don't understand that, but that's where that is. My question is, can anything be done about changing that noise code?
Well, the noise ordinance that you're referring to, that we have in, certainly any town ordinance can be changed. This board, reviews any requests for changes. We certainly don't change if one person out of 36,000 people come in to request a change. We certainly, can't make every single change for every single request. But from time to time, the town board does evaluate and reevaluate our ordinances. Did you have an opportunity by chance to watch the last town board meeting?
When
The one after.
I spoke?
No,
The
the
one
meeting after that.
Oh, I didn't know there was another one after that, or I would have been here.
So what I encourage you to do, and you can go on penfield.org and you can watch that online. But there were a number of your neighbors that came to speak about this very issue, and they came in support of what was going on there. And so, what the town board has now is that, certainly your interest and concerns and requests for us to take a look at it. And we had about 6 or 8 people that came in to talk on the other side of that particular item.
So the board meets every,
We meet every Wednesday, but on the first and the third Wednesday of every month is a legislative session here, which is where we do all the legislative piece.
so they were here on
And
the
they were,
third?
and they were here at our, the third Wednesday
Shoot.
of May. So I would encourage you to go online at penfield.org.
Okay.
And you can click on, what's available online.
All right.
And would just encourage you to take a look at that segment.
So what date was that again?
It would have been May 21st.
Oh, I'm really sorry, because if I had realized it, I would have been here for it.
Yep, no, not a problem.
Because I'm not going to let it go.
Yep.
But but I can't talk to it now because it would be ridiculous, because I don't know what
Sure, and that's
they
why I
said.
wanted to
Yep.
make sure that, that you had the opportunity. So the matter is not a dead matter, it's still an active
No,
matter
I know
before
it's,
us.
something's going on in the neighborhood
so
that
I
I
would-
don't, haven't picked totally up on.
Yeah,
And-
so I would just encourage you to take a look at that, and then certainly, you're welcome to give me a call directly, or come back to the board meeting.
Okay.
But feel free to contact me directly.
Okay, what would
And,
be?
and you can reach me at 340-8631. And if I don't
So-
answer it, a very nice lady by the name of Anna will answer that.
All right, so it doesn't matter which Wednesday you come to the town board?
It is the first and the third
The
Wednesday.
first and the third, okay, I
And
didn't.
we sit here and we conduct the legislative end of things. And then on the second and the fourth, we're in the back of the room, again, still open to the public, but that is typically a dialogue with the
Right.
board and staff.
Okay, I really would have been here, I'm sorry.
Yep, not a problem.
I didn't understand, because, okay, enough said.
But take a look at it. If you have any problems, give me a call and we'll make sure that we get you set up so that you can see that.
Okay, will do.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barr. Anyone else signed up?
Nobody.
Okay. Is there
I
anyone
think
in
we
the
have
audience
our-
that would like to address the board? I see Dr. Dan Quattro, legislator, 15th LD, representing a portion of Penfield.
Thank you very much, Mr. Supervisor and balance of the town board. My name is Dan Quattro. I reside at 488 Plank Road, and I am the Monroe County legislator from the 15th District, representing parts of Webster and Penfield. Just a couple of things tonight and a couple of town issues that I'd like to raise. First of all, at your public hearing, John Hewson was your first public, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him. Last time I saw him was in 1977 at my 8th grade graduation. And he was talking about his knees, and today I'll talk about my eyes. I finally came out of the ether and went and saw the eye doctor today. I no longer am in denial about my eyesight, so I can see you all vaguely. But at the next meeting, I'll see you all very clearly, so I empathize with John.
Just let us know
in
which
this
way you're
case.
driving home, and we'll go the other way.
I have a driver in case the sheriff's watching this live. First of all, I want to, just some county business, I want to congratulate the Penfield varsity cheerleading team on winning their national championship. They were in attendance at the last legislature meeting where they received a proclamation from us, and I just wanted to come and congratulate them here at the town level. It's always nice to have our sports teams and people from the community that have achieved a certain distinction come up and be recognized. It's one of the nicest parts of our meeting. We all look forward to it. It was nice to have the varsity cheerleaders up at our last meeting. And really the most important piece of business that we did was have the results of our charter review committee presented. As you've been made aware, Legislator Draw was on that committee. She was appointed by the President of the Legislature, Jeffrey Adair, to that committee, and they've reviewed our charter. Much of what they did was update the language of the charter to conform with languages in state regulation and law and so on and so forth. There is a public hearing of that charter review on June 10th, just prior to our next full legislature meeting, and a number of issues will be addressed, and the public will have an opportunity to come hear that and speak just like we do at this meeting. So anybody in Penfield that's interested in participating and hearing what's going on with the charter review, they are welcome to do so.
And the time on June 10th, Dan?
The meeting starts at 6 p.m.
Great.
on
Thank
June
you.
10th, and the public meetings are first part of the agenda, just like they are here. You know, the only changes that really, beside from the language, were department head name changes are now consistent in the charter. There's a compensation review committee, so in case issues of pay raises come up, they go before this committee now, so that takes the politics out of it, as if there was any in the first place. We haven't had our pay raise since 1980 something or other. And there's also going to be an increase in the contract authority for the county executive from 5,000 to 20,000, which will dramatically reduce a lot of the bureaucracy for the legislature and the county executive, and decrease the amount of time she will have to spend approving contracts at that level. And this all received bipartisan support, so it was a really nice bipartisan effort. So we're proud of it at the county level, and I'm sure that it's going to pass. But the public is welcome to come in here and participate. Just a couple of issues from regarding the town. I know there was a food rodeo at the in the town right behind the town hall here, and I just wondered what the attendance was like at this. I know that I wanted to attend. I've been to a few of them. There's one at the public market very frequently, and I was just curious about how the attendance was at this.
So the reports that came back from our recreation staff is that they estimated that approximately 1,000 people came through the event Friday night, and that is absolutely amazing from a numbers standpoint. This is the second year that we used the food rodeo trucks. I've had 2 of the 7 folks call me to ask or just to comment how well that went. They sold out. They want to make a donation to the Penfield Recreation Department to put towards a piece of equipment or programming that may not be able to be funded, and their appreciation. They said that most communities, when they do this, charge a fee. And if they get rained out, they keep the fee and basically say, thank you, better luck next time. And they were appreciative of the fact that Penfield was so welcoming, that the residents and everyone that attended were so great, and the fact that they sold out, they said that it was just above and beyond their wildest dreams. So, yeah, thank you for asking. It was a nice event. I personally was unable to attend, and I know Linda and Rob kicked it off, and I would let them, editorialize from being there firsthand.
Well, I was just going to say, I was fortunate to be there, and it was packed. I think the unique part of it is that the weather was gorgeous. There were so many other events going on within the town hall campus itself that people were sort of wandering around the park and going from the end of the soccer game over to the rodeo, or from the rodeo over to a different soccer game, because the hours were 5 to 9. But the other part was the Penfield High School jazz ensembles and various jazz groups were there. So you had all the parents, you had a lot of high school kids there supporting their classmates, and I think that the food was spectacular. So it was a great time. I know my kids danced for an hour and a half and fell asleep on the way home. So it was a success.
It is a success. I heard from a number of patients that their favorite was the macaroni and cheese.
That was Michelle's favorite. Yep.
Yeah, I heard from a number.
Macaroni.
Macaron, yeah.
Macaron.
I didn't know that there was a sushi garbage plate,
Neither did I until this very moment.
a trash plate of broken up sushi.
Sounds good to me. Is there going to be another one
Next year, probably.
next year? Be
Well,
an annual?
actually, we're talking that it was so successful that I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, because I haven't even spoken with the town board about this, but our recreation director and staff had a busy couple of days this week thus far, and they've got a couple of ideas. And so in the interest of making sure my team is updated before I announce it on PCTV, I'll just say, keep an eye on the calendar.
Right on. That sounds great. Congratulations on a great event. One other issue is drainage has been an issue that I hear from a number of constituents and also from my patients. And there has been some drainage work done on 441 in the area of the Countryway Nursery. And one of my patients told me that they were happy about what happened there, and I was wondering what the details were.
So you're right. One of the things that we've been working on very hard is the drainage aspect of things, and especially out in East Penfield, because the livelihood of a lot of our residents out there are farming. And so we did undertake a program. In fact, I found out yesterday, a little bit of a sidebar, I stopped out at lunchtime to visit Terry Rothfuss, who was a very active farmer in East Penfield. And he shared with me that a person that he knew, that we determined that the ditch was last cleaned 30-plus years ago in that area. And as we went through, got our permits, opened it all up, and drained all of that, they said it's the driest it has been in more than 30 years, and they're plowing fields now that they haven't plowed in at least 20 or more years. So, we continue to try to make an impact on that, get the groundwater down, make those fields more active. And in fact, we're going to be talking a little bit about that next Monday, I believe, at our watershed management as our next get-together. And I think we actually have a tour that we're going to hit a couple of these sites that we've recently taken care of and helped a lot of residents and a lot of acres.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah,
Congratulations, and thank you very much.
appreciate it. Thank you, Dan. Always a pleasure. Dan Quattro, legislator, 15th LD. Okay, anyone else in the audience that would like? We have two of them coming up to the podium next. No, okay, got it. Got it. We're going to Menchie's, all right. All right. Seeing no one else in the audience to speak before the board, then we'll move on to additions and deletions to the agenda. And I think we have a couple of items.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, I have two additions that I'd like to offer tonight. The first one is Resolution 14T-114, titled Authorization for Town Supervisor to amend Resolution 14T-099 to sign a contract for the Town Rabies Clinic on June 7th, 2014. The second resolution I'd like to offer tonight is titled 14T-155, Authorization to maintain properties and assess the charges to the 2015 property tax bills.
I second that.
Okay, so we have two new items, moved and seconded for our agenda. We'll wrap that up under new business. We have approval of our May 7th, 2014 minutes, and would entertain a motion of approval for those minutes.
I'd like to move that the minutes of May 7th be approved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on those minutes? Seeing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Okay, we'll move on to petitions. In addition to the one that we received tonight, has the board, town clerk, or town attorney received any other petitions? Okay. Then we'll move on to resolution by function, please.
Authorization for insurance coverage 2014-2015.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the town board requested that insurance quotes be obtained so that selection could be made for June 1st, 2013 to May 31st, 2014 insurance year. Whereas the municipal insurance consultant acting as a consultant to the town has evaluated proposals for our insurance coverage for the 2014-2015 insurance year on our Penfield property and liability insurance renewal June 1st, 2014. Now therefore be it resolved that the total insurance quote of $145,150 from First Niagara Risk Management Company for the coverage with Houston Casualty and the Hartford Insurance Company is approved as they have met all specifications for the town of Penfield's insurance needs for the 2013-2014 insurance year. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Okay, seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorize the town supervisor to sign the insurance consultant agreement with Municipal Insurance Consultants Incorporated.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas every year the town of Penfield seeks insurance quotes for the general liability insurance. Whereas these proposals in the past has saved the town of Penfield thousands of dollars in insurance costs over the years. Now therefore be it resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to sign the insurance agreement with the Municipal Insurance Consultants Incorporated effective June 1st, 2014 to May 31st, 2015 to put together the insurance quotes and to amend the insurance coverage after review and approval by the Penfield Town Board. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? This typically runs together so that we're always staying 1 year ahead, so we're making sure we're getting our best rates. So the municipal insurance consultants will start working on our next year's insurance. And I will say that insurance is up about 8% over last year. Okay. Seeing no further comments, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler. Aye. Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. 2014 Budget Amendment, Highway Capital Reserve and Sewer Equipment Reserve Funds from the sale of excess equipment.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the revenue from May 2014 auction netted the town of Penfield $73,035. Whereas these funds have been deposited in both the Highway Capital Reserve Fund and the Sewer Equipment Reserve Fund during 2014. Be it resolved that the following 2014 budget amendment be approved as follows. Highway Fund Revenue Account, Sale of Highway Equipment, $34,035 increase, revised amount $34,035. Expenditure Account, Transfer to Highway Capital Reserve Fund, $34,035, revised amount $34,035. And then the Sewer Fund, Revenue Account, an increase $39,000. Expenditure Account, this is for the transfer to the Sewer Equipment Reserve Fund of $39,000. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Seems a little confusing, but to follow the whole government process, you got to get the revenues in, and then you have to then have a trail from getting the revenues in to putting them into the account where you want them to ultimately reside, which is Equipment Reserve Fund for future purchases of equipment. So, seeing no further comments, I would ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Setting a public hearing to consider permitting a garage addition with less side setback than permitted at 1740 Penfield Road.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas an application has been received by the Penfield Town Board pursuant to Article 3-3-101-C of the code to consider permitting an addition to a garage with less side setback and permitted at 1740 Penfield Road, located in the Four Corners zoning district. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Penfield shall hold a public hearing at the Penfield Town Hall on July 2nd, 2014 at 7:30 PM on said date to consider the said application and to hear all persons interested in the question of permitting an addition to a garage with less side setback than permitted at the address of 1740 Penfield Road. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? See no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Setting an informal discussion meeting for an incentive zoning proposal at 2146 and 2152 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas John Shields of 1457 Fraser Way, Farmington, Acquisitions LLC requests an informal discussion with the town board regarding possible development of 3 structures of roughly 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 square feet, totaling a little over 15,000 square feet on 2.1 acres in the business non-retail zoning district at 2146 and 2152 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Penfield shall hold an informal discussion at the Penfield Town Hall, not a public hearing, but an informal discussion on July 2nd, 2014 at 7:30 PM. On said date to consider said conceptual plan and to hear all persons interested in the question of the possible development of 3 structures of 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 square feet on 2.1 acres in the business non-retail zoning district at 2146 and 2152 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to attend American Public Works Association Exposition and International Congress.
Moved.
Second.
The New York State Education Department requires all professional engineers to obtain annual training. It is in the town's best interest to have staff members attend training workshops to gain knowledge pertaining to current practices in stormwater management, administration management, street maintenance, traffic operations, and construction management. And the American Public Works Association is an industry leader in training for public works professionals. The town engineer also serves on several national committees which meet during the Congress. Now therefore be it resolved that the town engineer is hereby authorized to attend the American Public Works Association's Exposition and International Congress to be held August 17 through 20, 2014, for a cost not to exceed $1,600. This cost will be allocated from the 2014 Departmental Conference budget line.
Thank you. Discussion? This year's conference is in Toronto. Seeing no further discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Acceptance of the Stormwater Coalition of Monroe County 2013-2014 Joint Annual Report for the compliance with the Phase 2 stormwater regulations.
So moved.
Second.
The town of Penfield has been identified as a municipal separate storm sewer system, MS4, under the EPA's Phase 2 stormwater regulations under the Clean Water Act of 1999. The Phase 2 program requires each MS4 to prepare an annual report or contribute to a joint annual report on the town of Penfield's efforts to protect and improve the water quality of our streams and water bodies. The public is invited to review the joint annual report and provide input, and a joint annual report has been prepared in conformance with the Phase 2 regulations by the Stormwater Coalition of Monroe County. The joint annual report must be submitted to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation offices in Albany at the completion of the permit year. Now therefore be it resolved that the joint annual report is accepted by the Penfield Town Board and that the joint annual report is available for public review online at www.monroe-county.gov/DES-stormwater-coalition at the Penfield Town Hall and online at www.penfield.org.
Okay, thank you. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Purchase of a 2015 pump station sewer utility truck and 2014 animal control truck.
So moved.
Second.
The Director of Public Works desires to purchase one 2015 sewer utility truck with a crane and outriggers from New York State, quote number 16867, Onondaga County bid number 7974, for a contract price of $55,194.20, and one 2014 animal control truck with 8-foot box and animal containment compartment from New York State, Chautauqua County bid number 16626, Group 5, Item 2, Vehicle 2, for a contract price of approximately $22,514.65, plus $2,500 for converting the existing animal containment compartment, for a total cost of $25,014.65. Be it further resolved that the funds for the purchases are budgeted in the 2014 Sewer Equipment Reserve Fund and the General Reserve Fund. And now therefore be it resolved that the Director of Public Works be and is hereby authorized to purchase one pump station sewer utility truck and one animal control truck. And be it further resolved that the following 2014 sewer budget amendment be amended as follows: with the revenue an increase of $26,000, reserve amount $61,000, the appropriate equipment reserve, expenditure increase of $26,000 for pump station service vehicle in the amount of $61,000. Be it further resolved that the adoption of this resolution with respect to the expenditures from the Sewer Equipment Reserve Fund and the General Reserve Fund is subject to a permissive referendum, and the town clerk is directed to publish and post the notice in the manner prescribed by law and to be reviewed and approved by the town attorney.
Thank you. Discussions? Seeing no discussions, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to post temporary no parking signs.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas it is the town of Penfield's responsibility to promote and maintain public safety on roads within the town of Penfield. And whereas pursuant to New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law, Section 1660, the town board is granted the authority to authorize the establishment of traffic control devices on town highways within the town of Penfield. And whereas the town of Penfield wishes to keep the neighborhoods around the town's Independence Day celebration, parade route, and festivities at Harris Whalen Park accessible to emergency vehicles. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes and establishes that no parking will be established along both and/or one side of all and/or parts of the following streets for the duration of the town's Independence Day celebration, parade, and festivities at Harris Whalen Park: Baird Road, north of Penfield Road, Peachtree Road, Hotchkiss Circle, Wheelock Road, Kenmont Drive, Henderson Drive, Avonmore Way, Hidden Meadow, Hillrise Drive, Lazy Trail, Valley Green Drive, Valley Green Circle, Maple Hill Farm Road, Maple Leaf Circle. And now therefore be it further resolved that the town board hereby authorizes and directs the Director of Public Works to post said temporary no parking signs along both and/or one side of said streets.
Thank you. Discussion?
Just one quick reminder that this year's July 4th festivities are on July 4th, and the parade, which is usually in the morning, is going to be at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So I just think that that's important to note as we get closer to that date, so people aren't sitting there for a few hours before the parade.
Very good.
Yep.
All right.
4 hours before the parade.
Seeing no further discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Baseball, baseball softball field use fees at Veterans Memorial Park.
So moved.
Second.
Last week at work session, our Recreation Director, Chris Bilo, brought this before us, that we haven't, the fees that have been adopted were in Resolution 146 in 2004, and they haven't fully been revised since. So this is a revision for something that's been since 2004. Grooming and permit fees, Town of Penfield permit fee, $10. Large fields, as in Bachman Junior and Senior fields, is 2004 fee per resolution was $40. The grooming fee will be $40, but there'll be a lining fee of $15. For the small fields, which is Zabkar, Odenbach, Ehlers, and softball, 2004 fee per resolution was $25. There'll be a grooming fee of $35 with a lining fee of $10. And in relation to this, some organizations won't participate, asking for both those fees. Some will want lining, some will want grooming. It's all, they can be separated. And the lighting fee for Bachman Field, in 2004, the resolution was for $150, and now it's going to be $200. But that's very infrequent that is utilized. Supplies charged extra if deemed necessary in inclement weather. New fees shall be effective beginning 2014 season.
Okay, thank you. Discussion.
Mr. Supervisor, just real quickly, I mean, Penfield has always had a long-standing tradition of a great relationship with Penfield Little League in our partnership for these fields. It's also my understanding that based on the conversation that we had last week, that Penfield Little League is supportive of this resolution. Is that a correct statement?
That is a correct statement. In fact, they were part of the team that sat down between our Recreation Department, Penfield Little League, and a couple of others, school, and some other entities.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing no further discussion, I would ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign Penfield Community Television contract.
So moved.
Second.
This resolution authorizes the town supervisor to sign the following contract for a videographer and editing services through John Powers. He lives at 310 Fordham Road in Rochester. The fee is for $17 for each consecutive hour as determined by the cable coordinator and staff.
Okay, thank you. This continues to build our ranks with videographers for different events like 4th of July, Memorial Day, other activities, town board meetings, planning, zoning. Okay, seeing no further discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign recreation contracts.
So moved.
Second?
This authorizes the town supervisor to sign 3 recreation contracts dealing with activities occurring this summer.
Okay, thank you. Any further comments or discussion on this resolution? Seeing none, would entertain a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Okay, this takes us to old business. Is there any old business to come before the board this evening? Seeing none, this will take us to new business, and we do have 2 items, and I'd ask our clerk to start with public safety, number 114.
Authorization for town supervisor to amend Resolution 14T-099 to sign a contract for town rabies clinic on June 7th, 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the Penfield Town Board previously passed Resolution 14T-099, authorizing the town supervisor to sign a contract for Denise Kurtz for veterinarian services for the Penfield Rabies Clinic on Saturday, June 7th, 2014. And whereas Resolution 14T-099 needs to be amended to replace Denise Kurtz with Amelia Macachino of 117 North Main Street, Fairport, New York, for the rabies clinic scheduled for Saturday, June 7th, 2014.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussions? Again, just a modification to a previously passed resolution as we change out some personnel. Seeing no further discussion, I would entertain a motion of approval. I'd entertain a
Aye.
roll call vote, sorry.
LaFountain,
Aye.
Metzler,
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to maintain properties and assess the charges to the 2015 property tax bills.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas on October 2nd, 1996, the Town Board of the Town of Penfield adopted Article 9-4-28 of the Penfield zoning ordinance entitled Property Maintenance. Whereas the purpose of Article 9-4-28 of the Penfield zoning ordinance is to prevent the gradual encroachment of blight, deterioration, unsightliness, and property devaluation, and to assure that all premises within the Town of Penfield are maintained in a manner that will ensure the health, safety, and welfare of the general public. Whereas property owners of, and there's 13 properties listed in this resolution, have failed to maintain the subject properties, which will continue to be a concern for health, safety, and welfare of the surrounding neighbors. Whereas the town staff has continually requested that the property owners maintain these locations with no result. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Penfield hereby authorizes the Fire Marshal and Building Zoning Code Compliance Supervisor to have the properties properly maintained. Be it further resolved that the Town Board further authorizes that cost of said maintenance and any necessary subsequent maintenance during the 2014 season also be charged to the 2015 property tax bill for each of the properties in this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain,
Aye.
Metzler,
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
This brings us to our next public participation. If there's anyone in the audience that would like to address the board, or 340-8771 or penfield.org. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the board? Seeing none and seeing no other business to come before this board this evening, the June 4th, 2014 Town Board meeting stands adjourned at 9 p.m. Thank you to everyone in attendance, and thank you, PCTV.